aware of the history of Valentine's Day, but in fact, it wasn't always such a beautiful, lovely day for lovers.
No?
It's actually started out as a massacre, a bloodbath. And I don't
Not
know
the
if you know-
Valentine's Day massacre in Chicago.
No, no, no.
Where?
In Rome, in the
Yeah,
Roman
Rome.
Empire, where Valentine's Day stems from. It goes back a long way, but I guess Claudius II, the emperor, he actually decreed that marriage wouldn't be allowed in the Roman Empire because he was having trouble with the soldiers. They didn't want to leave their wives to go to war. So it was an anti-marriage, anti-love thing. And then when the Catholicism took over in Rome,
Yeah.
they sort of brought it back. And St. Valentine's was a priest, and he was schooling young lovers and trying to get them secretly married, it was secret because it was a decree against it. Anyway, and then he eventually, this is many, many years later, and it wasn't with Claudius, it was with, I think the name is Lucretius?
Lucretius McEvil.
Yes. Lucretius. No, I think he was also an emperor. Or I think it was Lucretius. It was another emperor who also had this outlawed. And there was too much pagan worship going on. So the Catholic Church wanted to change that. And so Valentine was sort of elected to do it as the priest that was involved with the marrying of the young lovers and coaching them. But eventually he actually was in prison for doing this.
Right.
And while he was in prison, he fell in love with the guard's daughter, who was a blind girl. And he was, writing her up until he was taken for execution. He was actually beheaded. And he wrote, the last thing he wrote to her was, "I love you, I'm your Valentine." And that's what carried forth from these Valentines. And the funny thing is, they used to run lotteries. And the lotteries were for the young soldiers to pick women to have sexual encounters with prior to going off to war.
Wait a sec, back up. Beep, beep.
And that's the whole thing about picking your Valentines and everything actually comes from that.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they do?
The lottery was a lottery draw that every young soldier got to take because they were going to go off to war. And you pick your Valentine. The young ladies would, basically
parade around,
put their name into a draw and the lottery, and they would, hook up basically, and that's what it was all about. And then later it became more like, a love draw, became more like sophisticated, more based in love, more based in romance, and partnering and coupling, like when the Catholic Church got involved in it.
Ah,
so that's the truth.
interesting.
That's the story of it.
Well, you know what? Because I heard maybe just a little part that they used to have trial marriages, like high school kids or teenagers in Rome would have a trial marriage for a year. On Valentine's Day, they would get married for a year, and then they would.
That's true. That was all
hook
part
up
of it
for a
too.
year, just like kids today.
So it's interesting, though, like all these customs, where they come from,
Yeah.
and what was actually going on in the Roman Empire, and actually what's transcended into our world we think is so modern, but actually everything old is new again because, marriage is on the decline.
Yeah.
We've got stats to prove that.
Yep.
Fewer people are actually getting married. They're like living with partners or whatever and moving on. So it's funny. It's funny how, and also this all happened when Rome was at its heyday as an empire. And, some say, well, U.S. particularly is at that stage now, and, and what are they doing to themselves?
What do you mean, entering a period of decline?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. That, all these things are going to lead to demise. So.
We'll see what happens. We don't know.
Okay, so I think we should take a little break, or announce the guests and maybe take a little break and then
Great
come
idea.
back. Okay.
Fantastic. As I
Okay.
get ready to eat this little heart-shaped
Yes.
chocolate.
Yes. You're
we've-
welcome.
We've
So I
got.
remembered for Valentine's Day.
I forgot to tell you, Janette. When I was in
No.
high school,
What?
I was Cupid on Valentine's
were you?
Day. Yeah, I was running around. We had portables at our high school. I was running around in my bare feet in the snow, delivering Valentines out in the portable classrooms.
I can see you doing that. Did you have like little wings and everything?
I had a sash, pink sash.
Oh, that's nice. Nice, very
A
nice.
picture of it in the yearbook. Okay, Tanya Chanchuli will be here.
Yes, from Wish Opera.
The executive director. What's Wish Opera?
Wish Opera is an opera company, and it's founded on the principles of charity and giving back. It's actually very interesting, and she's going to tell us all about it.
Right.
And she also is featuring different performances, one called Rosemary, which is apropos for today. It's a love story about a Canadian, French-Canadian girl and an English boy in Montreal, I guess, and she's giving 2 tickets away to that performance in April
awesome.
for $85.
Sounds like the almost like the real life equivalent of the sweater.
Yeah, something like that. It's very romantic. It's a love story. It's a Canadian love story. And then we have Valerie Malton and Gary Spring coming in from Fairy Design Jewelers to talk jewelry with us and show us some diamonds.
Plus, they're going to teach us how to propose
from a single woman and married man perspective.
So single women can propose now too?
I guess, yeah.
Okay,
why not, right? Then we have Stacy Ika coming in, and she's a relationship coach and matchmaker in one. So she's got a very unique service, and she's going to talk a lot about that. She's from Sitting in a Tree. That's the name of her company.
Do you remember that poem?
Sitting in a Tree, Kissing.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yes. First comes love, then comes marriage.
Then comes
somebody
Janette in a baby carriage.
Yes, I remember that poem. Anyway, she's coming in, and she's going to talk about online and offline dating and how to find your perfect mate. And she's giving a giveaway today for an online coaching session with her to get your perfect bio online. You know, sometimes it's hard to write. You don't know what to write in these things. And that is worth $250, but she's going to explain that more when she gets here.
Okay, perfect.
And then you've got a mystery guest coming in today.
It's no mystery.
Not now?
Janette.
Okay, well, who
Jasmine DaCosta is coming in. She's an author. She's been here before. And Leo Paradella, hope I'm saying that right, he's a poet, and they're going to read love poems.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Isn't
so this
it?
is our Valentine's Day special.
Yes, Janette.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a little break.
Okay, coming back with the magnetic marketing moment.
That's right, for the love of marketing.
Right.
Coming right up after this. That's
Okay,
Janette.
thanks.